What's up YouTube, Kristo here, and I've got another video for you. Little mini series I'm going to be doing. This is going to be under the radar scents for summer. Now, a little backstory if you're not overly familiar with my channel. I love the summer. I love the heat. I love the sun. I love all the flowers and all the trees and everything blooming. I love cutting the grass. I love going swimming. I love everything associated with summer, but by far my least favorite genre or my least favorite season for fragrances is without a doubt summer. I love my autumnal fragrances. I like my winter and my spring, but summer to me is just a big snooze fest. It's just a lot of boring citrus. Most of it smells redundant, smells boring, totally uninteresting to me. I like darker, heavier, weirder, stranger formulations. So to me, summer fragrances are generally something that I avoid. Not necessarily like ignorantly avoid them, but it's just like I'll read the notes like, yeah, it sounds just like 1,000 other things I've smelled. So it's really by far my most underutilized season in my collection. I don't have many summer fragrances, and of the few I have, I rarely use them because it's just like the ones I have, I'm like, okay, most of them are okay, but they don't last. They don't smell that unique, that interesting. So I'm going to do a little mini series and just do reviews of fragrances that I think are really unique, that totally stand out in, to me, a very boring season for fragrances. So as you can see today, I'm going to be talking about an absolutely beautiful, underrated gem. This is Airborne, and it is a collaboration between Comme des Garçons and high-end fashion designer Hussein Chalayan. So the whole premise to this is meant to be a trip from rural Sicily in the Mediterranean to metropolitan London. So it's kind of meant to be everything that would go along with that. So you get like really fresh, clean, natural notes from the countryside, things that are representative of the Mediterranean and, the heat and the sun and all that. And then you get things that are meant to represent London, a big urban metropolitan city. Everything's man-made and synthetic, which Comme des Garçons are geniuses at making synthetic perfumes. Don't confuse synthetic with cheap because they are very, very different. So anyways, that's what this is meant to represent. He had a collection, a fashion collection called Airborne that this is based on or associated with. And that's kind of where it comes from. I'm really not big on kind of shticks and gimmicks with perfume. Just make something that smells good. Don't worry more about giving a backstory than what the fragrance is. But I guess since he's a fashion designer, that's kind of what his collection is based on. So he's putting that into perfume form, which, I can appreciate in that aspect. So notes for this, it is a lot of citrus in here, to be honest, but it's citrus done like I have never ever smelled before. There's neroli, bergamot, something called lastic or lentiscus. I hope I'm saying that right. I can never remember the word. It's basically a green resin, which is interesting because usually when I think of resins in perfume, I think of things that are dark, heavy, like amber, alemi, or benzoin, things like that. I don't really think of things being green and fresh and clean smelling. So I like that. And this is by far, of the few fragrances I've tried with mastic notes, this is by far the one that does it the best. I think it's great. What does this fragrance remind me of? Well, take a big, huge citrus tree. Now imagine a citrus tree that has different types of citrus fruit growing on it, okay? So it's got some oranges, it's got some lemons, it's got some limes, it's got some bergamot growing on it. Take that tree and pulp it, put it through a tree shredder, and on the other end, you're gonna get this kind of slop coming out that's kind of watery, that's really citrusy, that has woody elements and that has bark, kind of earthy elements to it as well. And that's what this reminds me of. It's just like an entire citrus tree pulped and put into a bottle. And it's really, really different and totally stands out in this kind of boring, droney genre of fragrances like citruses, citrus aromatics, and that whole thing. To me, it's just a really snoozable genre of fragrance, but this one totally stands out to me. Now, performance on this is where a lot of summer fragrances, even ones that I enjoy, start to fall down. This one I can't say is amazing. My apex for this, for longevity, is probably about 6 hours. I don't think I've ever gone over that, but I don't get much less. It's not going to go under 4. Comme des Garçons are really good at making fragrances that seem to stick. They know how to use their synthetics and they do them really well. Even their softer, citrusy, fresh fragrances last quite a long time. In terms of projection, it's okay. It's not anything you're going to think would be outrageous. You can expect it to project like a beast for a citrusy summer fragrance. I know some of them do here and there, but this one doesn't, which isn't a bad thing. Comme des Garçons also are not particularly well known for having bombastic fragrances. They usually are quite subtle and often do stick close to the skin, even though a lot of them I do generally get kind of like 8 hours plus performance out of. To me, this is totally unisex, like straight up and down. If you don't mind woods and if you like citrus, you're probably going to be into this. I can see it maybe leaning slightly masculine in the sense that when I think of more feminine citrus fragrances or more feminine summer fragrances, I usually think of them having white florals in them, which I love. I love white florals, especially when they're fresh and clean and unique, but this doesn't really have that. So I would say it is definitely unisex, but maybe leaning a bit over to the masculine side, but really not very much. Another reason this is great, I think this fits pretty much any age or any occasion. Of course, it's not going to appeal to young people. Like someone in high school is probably not going to be overly into this. But I think if you're kind of young, getting into niche perfume, I think this would be a really good place to start for a really nice, unique, approachable citrus fragrance. I can wear this anywhere. I can wear this around the house, after I have a shower, before I go to bed, going to the pub, going to the supermarket, to the mall, whatever. This is really versatile for summer, and I really enjoy that. It works well in daytime, works well at nighttime, formal, casual, everything. Covers all of that, and that's another reason that I love this so much. Now price, it gets even better. Like most Comme des Garçons fragrances, they're very high quality and they're very affordable. There's only one size bottle, 50 ml, like this obviously is, and this retails for $105 US on Lucky Scent. It's not available online in Canada, as far as I can tell, but Lucky Scent will ship to Canada for free actually, but they get you with these stupid brokerage fees, but that's a whole nother story. So when you look at this as being a little over $2 per mil at 50 mil retail, to me, it's an absolute great price. I think it is one of the best citruses in that price range. Now, I don't really get into packaging usually, but I do like the packaging here. Basically, I know you're not gonna see, but the bottle has this kind of etched, frosty design of what looks to be the Mediterranean. There's like palm trees and ships and boats and kind of a waterfront scene with little villages and stuff. And then they take that exact same pattern, they put it on the box where it's kind of embossed. Then inside, and this is kind of cool, inside they actually have the same image, but they have it in color. And again, you're probably not going to see that very well, but it is there. So I kind of like that. It's kind of an interesting, unique, simple sort of packaging that I can appreciate more than super over the top, gaudy, hideous, you know, buy this perfume for the package kind of thing. Generally don't like that. I like more simple things like this. Positives for this, it's unique. It's got a lot of citrus and woods. It's a really simple, very common formula, but it's done very well, and it's really, really unique. I love it. I think this is one of the best citruses for summer, and one of the, like, easily the best in its category price range. I think it's pretty accessible in North America, Europe. I think it will appeal to a wide group of people. I think it's, you know, fairly unisex. I can see younger people wearing this. I could even see like my mom wearing this. It's not something like a lot of Comme des Garçons where she would say, ooh, that's kind of weird. But I could see her wearing this or enjoying it. It's affordable. It's got good projection, good longevity for a summer citrus-based fragrance. It's not that big. You're not going to wear it. Comme des Garçons isn't a very big house, even though it's fairly mainstream. It's really definitely one of the more obscure from that fragrance house. So you're probably going to be the only one wearing it. You don't have to worry about smelling like everyone else. Negatives, the only thing I can really say that's negative about this is I do kind of wish the performance was cranked up a little bit more. But when you're under 10 hours kind of thing, at least for me, I always do kind of want a little bit more. Even if I got 8, I would be really happy. But still, it's a very small fault for a really well done citrus-based fragrance. There's not really much I can fault this for. It's got good performance, great price, nice packaging, it smells awesome, it's unique, all of that, which is basically my overall opinion. I think this is a really fantastic scent. If you're looking for something for summer that isn't just a boring, redundant, citrusy summer release, check this out. You know, I think you might enjoy it. I never encourage blind buying ever, but definitely it's something to check out. So there you go. I'll have another underrated gem up soon. Let me know what you think of this. If you've tried it, if you're a fan of it, let us know, and I'll see you again soon.